Hi, welcome to the Tryforce podcast, where we talk about video games, we talk about movies, anime now, apparently.
Yeah, we're fucking multimedia at this point.
That alone is going to get us copyright.
Watch the show.
No.
It's the Tryforce.
It's a cold place. It's a cold place. We're going in cold.
And it only gets colder.
Absolutely.
You're bundled up now, wait till you get older. The media men begs to differ, judging by the hole in the satellite picture.
I just imagine Kratos rapping
The
that.
ice we skate is getting very thin. The water is getting warm, so you might as well swim, boy. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on and go play.
Oh my god. Please, I would pay anything for that. I need it. I need that.
Christopher Judge should make a killing off of just doing different things as
Oh,
Kratos.
hell yeah.
I'm a material girl in a material world. Atreus.
Dude, the invention of Cameo really was one of the greatest things that has ever happened.
That is true.
I was watching a really funny Cameo the other day. This will be quick, but there's a monologue, like a very famous monologue in Final Fantasy XIV. Just the big baddie is just like, "For whom do you serve?" Like, you know, just his whole like, "Oh, I'm doing this for the greater good of Eorzea," like that. And somebody petitioned Gilbert Gottfried to read the first paragraph of it.
That's incredible.
And it is one of the funniest things I have ever listened to in my whole life. I just turn the audio off every time I have to go through that cutscene again, and I just put on the Gilbert Gottfried
That's excellent.
one, and it is the funniest shit.
That's excellent. I like that.
It makes it so much better. But, dude...
For whom do you serve?
Champions of Eorzea!
That man could read the phone book as far as I'm concerned. I'd pay top dollar.
Oh, fuck, dude. I would love that. Now, wouldn't this game just be so much different if Gilbert Gottfried voiced Kratos? Welcome to God of War.
Wait, you're trying to tell me this was the intro?
No. This was
We're
thought
running,
of.
right?
We're running.
Oh, okay.
Ice
That-
cold.
I was like, wait a minute. I see the red starting to form. Wait a minute.
I figured our intro would just happen naturally. you
Yeah,
know, just,
yeah. I love that.
You know, the natural order of things, defeating all of the Greek heroes and gods and
Right.
somehow ending up in Scandinavia.
Moving
you know?
on. Moving
So,
the fuck on.
Absolutely.
So, speaking of moving on, I think since we're talking about God of War 2018 and not the original God of War,
Yes.
we need to make that very clear.
Yes.
So we're going to be talking about God of War 2018 today, and there is God of War 2, and God of War 3 that build up to this.
Yes.
So,
And wasn't there one in the middle? Like,
I don't know.
I think there was like another game, but I'll look that up while you're talking.
Couldn't tell you.
I'll
Sorry.
take a look at that.
But yeah, so this game is a sequel and isn't. I feel like if it was supposed to be a sequel in a long-standing series like God of War, the original ones, it would just be God of War 4,
Yeah.
but it's not. I think it's a reinvention of the God of War series. It's Kratos at his most evolved, I
Yeah.
think, at the time. And it's really not a continuation,
Like
even
at
though
his
it takes
most
place.
mellow almost.
Sure. It's almost not a continuation because it's still the character, you know, but its character is completely changed.
Yeah, it's like it's a continuation in the way like Samurai Jack season 5 is a continuation.
Right,
You
yeah.
know, there's a lot of shit that happened in between. So it's not a direct continuation, but this is where we're picking back up with Kratos.
Okay. So there is definitely a 7 God of War games, excuse me.
Yes,
There's the 3 mainline ones, but there's God of War 2, obviously after God of War Betrayal, God of War Chains of Olympus, God of War Ghost of Sparta, God of War Saga, and God of War Ascension.
Yes,
Those are the
that's the
big
one I was
ones.
thinking
Those
about.
are the big ones. And of course, God of War Ragnarok is set to drop in 2022.
Ooh, baby.
Which is the reason that we are doing this, because God of War Ragnarok just had a huge drop of stuff the other day. We got character models. We got a
Yeah.
trailer-ish.
Suddenly I don't feel so bad about the way I look. You know what I mean?
Hey, listen, we are not here to fat shame Thor in this house.
No, I'm not. I'm
I
just
love Thor, bro.
I didn't think I was like close to a Scandinavian god
You
body
are.
type.
You are.
And I'm so because I know that's accurate. You know, that's supposed to be accurate to his character. And I'm fucking here for it,
Yeah,
man.
the Greeks ruined everything by giving everybody fucking six-pack abs. I'm sick and tired of this shit, bro.
Yeah, I mean, listen, all the bodybuilders and power lifters in the world, they're all chunky boys.
Chunky.
Absolutely. So, like,
Well, that helps us now in knowing that there are 7 games.
oh, yeah.
Into launch in the fact that while the first 7 games are loosely based on Greek mythology, this episode is loosely based in Norse mythology.
Well, technically, both are correct.
Correct. So this is Sony Santa Monica. Cory Balrog directed the game, and it
What
released
a fucking cool last name.
Balrog. Barlog, excuse me.
Oh, I thought you said Ball. I
I
thought
was
it
like, yeah, like the
Balrog.
thing from Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
I was like, fucking awesome.
Oops. Shout out to Cory Balrog. We know you're out there. Tweet us. Released on April 20th, 2018. While the first 7 games were loosely based on Greek mythology, this game is based in Norse mythology, taking place several decades after God of War 3, which dropped in 2010.
Yeah, arguably my favorite mythology. Maybe a little biased, but it's okay. Just it's totally fine. But like, it's just, I don't know, man. I love Greek mythology, but Norse mythology just has this density to it.
Sure.
You know, this real heavy density to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of tragedy. There's a lot of I think they're more human struggles.
Yeah, I mean, like, Greek mythology is literally just Zeus and his fucking
Banging.
swinging dick, like, all the time. You know, it's just...
It's a little reductionary, but definitely a big part of it, yeah.
Come on, man. 80% of Greek mythology wouldn't have happened if Zeus could just calm down.
I'll hit you for a 71%. All right, 6 of the 9 realms of Norse mythology can be explored. Predating the Vikings, most of the games takes place in ancient Scandinavia in the realm of Midgard, which is inhabited by humans and other creatures. So the name for our world is Midgard.
Yes.
It's the same realm in which the Greek world exists. Thank you. As more dangerous creatures began appearing, many humans fled. Other realms visited as part of the story include Alfheim, the mystical home of light and dark elves, Helheim, the icy land of the dead, and finally Jotunheim, the mountainous land of the giants.
Yes.
Optional explorable realms include Niflheim, a realm of poisonous fog with a maze-like structure of rewards, and the fire realm Muspelheim,
Yeah.
featuring the 6 combat trials of Muspelheim. Completing each trial gains rewards and advances Kratos and Atreus larger to the top of a large volcano. Access to the other 3 realms: Asgard, home of the gods; Vanir, home of the Vanir gods, because there's the Aesir for Asgard and the Vanir for Vanaheim, excuse me, and Svartalheim. I practiced my pronunciation
Yep.
before coming here.
It's good.
Svartalheim, home of the dwarves, has been blocked by Odin, ruler of Asgard. So those are the 3 that you can't go to
Yeah.
of the 9. Although each of the realms is a different world, they exist simultaneously in the same space. Travel to and from realms can be done by using the Bifrost, which is the rainbow bridge in Norse mythology.
Yep.
From a root of Yggdrasil, the world tree, which, if you tried to say that word without having heard it before, good luck. Contained within a temple at the center of the Lake of the Nine. So this lake where all of the 9 realms are chilling. The temple was created by Yaboy, Tyr, a peaceful god of war who traveled to other lands and learned about their mythologies. It was told that Odin had him killed as he believed Tyr was secretly aiding the giants and would try to overthrow him.
Yeah, I mean, it is a very human struggle. It's just so easy to trace Norse mythology down to what, like, actual human history is about. And I really do think that the Nords, like, held their gods and, like, such a high revere, but, like, also they were just more like them, you know?
Yeah.
They didn't, like, think them too far above them where they couldn't be reached.
Right.
So
I'll definitely agree with you there. It's definitely a more, I think it can kind of do the god thing, the god and what's the word? Pantheon thing, where obviously a lot of it will be reflections of humanity in a more I guess, magical and mystical
Yeah.
space for sure. You definitely want there are certain, I guess, religions out there, and there are certain mythologies where like the gods are supposed to be superior to mankind, and
Right.
supposed to be worshipped, and supposed to be, obviously treated with like extreme reverence. But I don't think that was the case in like Greek and Norse mythology. Like there was very much a human aspect to their.
Yeah, I mean, they were obviously respected. They were obviously feared. They were respected. Tributes were paid. But like, it's just they weren't so far removed from humanity, and that's what I kind of like.
So shall we get into the characters?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, the game's protagonists are, of course, your boy, the big, the bad, the pale, the bearded, Kratos.
The extra pale, and this is like pale even by Scandinavian skin.
You don't get a nickname like the Ghost of Sparta for fucking nothing, bro.
He lays down in the snow and you lose him. Like he's that kind of pale.
That's why he grew the beard, to be spotted. And his young son, Atreus. So Kratos is voiced by the famous Christopher Judge, who voiced Kratos through all 3 of the original games.
Yes.
As well. Or 7, excuse me. And his young son, Atreus, voiced by Sonny Suljic. Kratos is a warrior originally from Sparta, who became the Greek god of war after killing Ares, and is a son of Zeus. Surprise to fucking prize. After ending up in ancient Scandinavia following his war against Olympus, he met his second and now deceased wife, Faye. They give her real name here, so we're not gonna drop that yet.
Yep.
Faye, who died from an unknown cause. She bore their son Atreus, who does not know about Kratos' past. Doesn't know about Kratos' past of fucking murdering everything. Like, imagine you're just playing catch with your dad, and he's like, "Yes, I've murdered several gods." Like,
I completely dismantled Greek mythology.
yeah, exactly.
By myself.
Atreus, who does not know about Kratos' past or his divine nature, but can hear other beings' thoughts. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The main antagonist is the Aesir god Balder, voiced by Jeremy Davies, who is a half-brother of Thor, whose sons Magni and Modi, voiced by Nolan North and Troy Baker, respectively, wild, didn't know that
Yeah.
one, assist him. Balder's parents are Odin, the All-Father and King of the Aesir gods, and the Vanir goddess Freya, who was voiced in the game by Danielle Bisutti, the former queen of the Valkyries. Freya tried leaving Odin as she did not truly love him, but Odin, being the Zeus of Greek mythology, in turn strips her of her Valkyrie wings, banishes her to Midgard, and casts a spell on her that prevents her from causing harm to others or from leaving Midgard.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a rough one.
Yeah.
All she wanted was a divorce, my guy. All she wanted. That's all she wanted, my dude. Chill
Yeah,
with
man.
that.
I mean, it's just you really hate to see it. Like everyone kind of like loves Odin in mythology. He's just this fucking crazy. Like you'd find more people that love Odin because they don't fucking know what he's like.
Right, yeah.
So like they just love the idea of this fucking Norse mythology king. Like it's awesome.
Sure.
But then read what he's actually fucking
Yeah,
done.
no, there are definitely parts of Odin that are super fucking cool. Like,
Yeah.
a spear that never misses. That's sick as hell. I don't know what you're talking
Absolutely.
about. Twin wolves, great. Twin ravens, sign me up. Like,
Everybody's looking at Odin from fucking Marvel, and they like, you know what I mean?
everyone's looking at Anthony Hopkins.
Exactly, and no one's looking at actual Odin.
Right. So, Freya hides her identity under an alias of the Witch of the Woods. In order to protect her son from a prophecy that foretold his death, Freya cast a spell of immortality on Balder, which also prevented him from feeling either pain or pleasure. The effects of the spell causes Balder to greatly resent his mother. The only thing capable of harming him is mistletoe, a fact that Freya keeps secret. So, yes, that's actually supported by Norse mythology.
Yes.
That was a whole thing. Freya goes around all the world and blesses all the items, in all the creatures and all the plants to not harm her son. So that's cool that they like made that part of the story. At
Yeah.
least it's very literate in Norse mythology, obviously.
And also made Balder such a fucking threat.
Yeah, he was creepy.
Yeah.
Balder's supposed to be beautiful and strong and noble, but he's this like tattooed.
Connor McGregor looking motherfucker.
He does.
Like,
He does look like Conor McGregor.
yeah, like it's just this walking bar fight of a human being.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
I love that descriptor. I'm going to use that again.
Yeah, he just reeks of, hey, I'm here to cause trouble, specifically on the basis that I want to cause trouble.
But since you said he sounds like Conor McGregor, I'll have to give him, like, he's very much like a Conor McGregor quote where he said,
yeah.
I'd like to apologize for absolutely fucking nothing.
Exactly. I kind of love him, you know, because I mean, I hated him at first. I'm like, man, this guy is just an asshole,
Right.
For the sake of it.
He shows up and just snuffs Kratos and they just start a boss fight immediately.
Yeah, like, it's unbelievable. Like, imagine, like, this twig of a man. Like, he's not muscular.
He's a twig of a god.
Yeah, he's a twig of a... Well, you find that out
That's
later.
why he can fuck it up.
But, like, imagine just Kratos basically muscled his way into Midgard. Like, nobody can do that.
No one can do that.
So, and then all of a sudden, this dude shows up out of nowhere and just fucking lays out Kratos?
Right.
Crazy.
We have no idea who he is. And when the boss fight starts, the little HUD that shows up showing his health bar just says the stranger.
Yeah.
So, like, you're supposed to be like, who the fuck is this dude? Like,
Exactly.
Who is this walking hot topic of a human being that just walked in here?
And he's shit talking like crazy. So you just think he's just this random drunkard.
Some jackass.
But he's got the fucking sauce
Hands.
to back it up, man.
Hands.
Crazy.
So, other characters include the Holdra brothers, Brock and Sindri,
Oh, God, I love them.
voiced by Robert Craighead and Adam J. Harrington, respectively. Dwarves, who appear at various points in the world and assist Kratos and Atreus by forging new gear.
This is what we'd be like as NPCs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was just about to say something extremely similar. Thank you for asking. Yes. I would like to probably claim the Sindri spot.
Yeah, I would definitely be Brock, 100%. There's no question.
I mean, if you have been watching the podcast, you probably understand these characters based on these statements. And of course, the smartest man alive, Mimir.
Oh, I love him so much.
I'll say it. I think Mimir is one of the best NPCs of the last 5 years.
Agreed.
Easily.
He's like Navi, but funny.
Oh my god. He's
Like-
incredible.
You know what I mean? Like, he's got something for everything. And he's just like, he's a therapist.
He's a walking therapist.
He's a walking encyclopedia.
lore machine.
A lore machine. Like, imagine your only purpose as a divine being is to accrue knowledge.
Fuck yeah.
Like,
That's what I want out of life.
That's it. He's a walking fucking pantheon of knowledge.
Imagine having a 10-pound Wikipedia page on your belt. Like, that's
Yeah.
Mimir.
That just knows what to call up no matter what situation.
I'll get that for you.
Absolutely.
Weapons forged by the Holdra brothers include Thor's hammer Mjolnir. They also forged Kratos' Leviathan axe, which originally belonged to his wife Faye, who also gifted Kratos her guardian shield.
Oh,
So
God, the axe,
the
man.
fucking Leviathan axe, man. So in the first couple, in the original God of War series, you used the Blades of Chaos. You could use the the lion gauntlets, and like Kratos had weapons, but like it was never an axe.
It was like Greek myth weapons. You know,
Yeah, I
he
mean,
like Spartan swords and shields.
Lion
and shit
head gauntlets.
like-
yeah.
love the lion head gauntlets, by the way. Fucking hell.
Fuck yeah.
Give me that any day of the week. But like, just Woodsman Kratos, I am here for it.
I remember when the preview for this game dropped, and he walked out of the shadows with the beard, and we heard the in the background. People went insane.
Yeah.
People went insane.
Yeah.
I watched people jump like 5 feet in the air. Like,
Oh yeah.
people went nuts.
And then they had the silhouette of the axe too. I'm like, get this to my face.
Rush it.
I need this in my face right now.
As well, the spirit of Greek gods, Athena, voiced by Cara Rogier, make a cameo appearance, and appearing to Kratos as an illusion in Helheim, Zeus,
Yeah.
voiced by Corey Burton of what's his name from Batman Arkham City, Dr. Hugo Strange.
Really?
Fame. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So we still get a little bit of Kratos' past with the Greek gods, and we get it in a fucking excellent way. I can't wait to talk about it.
It's so crazy because, like, remember, Atreus knows nothing of this, but he can hear and see this shit. So he's experiencing this alongside Kratos and kind of like, what the why did you not tell me any of this? Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Kratos, I'm going to give him a B as a
minus.
dad. I'm going to give him a B.
I'm trying to give him a B minus, bro.
I'll pass him. It's definitely
he's passed. He's passed. Yeah, he's no Goku, but
no. Like
he's
he's got a.
He's no Mr. Jaeger from Attack on Titan, but
no.
He's certainly not. He's certainly not Mr. Huxtable either. Like
I mean, but like also like think of his upbringing. You know what I mean?
Was there an upbringing?
I'm just saying.
He was brought up by the Greek army.
It could have been so much worse.
For
you know
sure,
what I mean?
for sure. So let's get into the story.
Yeah.
Because I think that is the reason to play this game. This game has an incredible story.
So dense.
You're so interactive with it. You are right there. You know, it's a first person game. You have to get to wherever you're going. There's like a fast travel mechanic that comes in a little bit later.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it is an exploration. It is a fucking journey.
You know what I really do love about this game too? It does something that I adore in exploration games like this, where it sends you to like pretty much end game territories very early on in the game. And you're just like, oh, this is a nice little area. And then all of a sudden this fucking crazy shit happens and
you get rocked.
And you're like, oh, I have to come back here later to like, you know? And it's just so cool when you get to like experience all these things and then go back and see what everything else in that area actually means.
Right.
It's so cool. I love that.
Yeah, it's very open world. You can really explore anywhere you want to go, even if it's over leveled for you.
Yeah.
So that's really, really cool. I'll agree with you there. Okay. Many years after Kratos defeated the Olympian gods, he now lives with his son Atreus in ancient Scandinavia in the realm of Midgard. After cremating the body of his wife Faye, and after a short hunting/survival lesson with Atreus, Kratos is confronted by a mysterious stranger with godlike power and invulnerability.
I want to say, just super quick, this whole game is under the premise that you're just going to go throw Kratos' wife's ashes into her homeland.
Yes.
And the journey to her homeland and the unbelievable coming of age story for Atreus that is this homeland story. He thinks it's just like fucking a few like
an errand.
Yeah, like he's just thinking it's an errand, but then you find out this whole journey is that, and the whole journey is on the pretense of that.
The two battle, and Kratos seemingly kills the stranger, after which Kratos and Atreus begin their journey to honor Faye's last wish.
Oh, do they fucking battle.
To scatter her ashes at the highest peak in the 9 realms. Yeah, Kratos drops it boulder on this, man. Boulder on boulder, really, but we don't know he's boulder yet.
Yeah, it's crazy. And, like, you just see them literally flying and jumping into the air like no people can, and Atreus is like, I didn't know you could do this.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's one section, I think it happens in both or all three, no, I think in the first 2 times you fight Baldur, where it looks like Kratos is going to lose.
Yeah.
Where it looks like he's getting wailed on, and like you kind of have to do quick time stuff where you have to tap the button many times. You're tapping, your forearm's hurting. It's starting to go down because the game is making you go down.
Yeah.
And then you got press L3 plus R3, the control sticks, and it just said Spartan Rage across my screen. And I was like, okay, I am going to ejaculate now. Thank you very much. And then you just rock this man across like a 40-mile radius. Like,
yeah, and the whole time he's literally just like, so this is the ghost of Sparta. So this is the invader to our land.
He knows who you are.
Yeah.
And that's the worst part, is because Kratos is trying to hide who he is, not only from Atreus, but I think to a certain degree from himself as well.
Yeah, and not only that, but he's also in a totally new territory with totally new gods. And I think he's like, I don't think I want to do that again.
Where are all the olives?
Yeah. I miss my grape leaves, man.
Literally. Reaching the Lake of the Nine, the pair encounter the friendly world serpent Jormungandr, the last remaining giant whose Jormungandr, the world serpent, was said to, his body was said to stretch over the entire world.
Yes.
He was that large. And so in the Lake of Nine, you see Jormungandr. He's got a very cool face, and he speaks in like old tongue and stuff.
Ancient giant tongue.
Yeah. And occasionally you'll come back to the Lake of Nine and see Jormungandr either asleep or moving, and there are just parts of him across the mountains in the distance.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I went really hard for that one.
Yeah, and what's even crazier to me is that I knew this was going to be a crazy story of a game, because Jormungandr is supposed to be like Ragnarok. You know, he's supposed to
play a part in Ragnarok.
He's supposed
for
to
sure.
play a part in it, and he's like the villain, one of the villains in Norse mythology.
Yeah, he's supposed to kill Thor during
Exactly.
Ragnarok. Yeah,
so it's just so crazy to see him just fucking chilling,
being friendly, outwardly friendly to these two strangers.
Of course.
When the pair find that their path is blocked by an impenetrable black mist, the Witch of the Woods appears and instructs them to use the Bifrost to travel to Alfheim and secure its light to extinguish the mist. So I know that some people also pronounce it Bifrost, so I'm sorry, I'm not meaning to be disrespectful. I've always heard it said Bifrost, personally. So Alfheim is the realm of the light and dark elves. So you go to Alfheim, and now that's a new place that you can access from your little, Midgard. The portal room? The
So
portal
cool,
room
yeah.
animations
Yeah.
were so cool.
Beautiful.
Okay. Successful. They reach Midgard's peak and overhear a conversation between the mysterious stranger revealed to be Balder, as well as his nephews Magni and Modi, as well as the imprisoned Mimir. So Mimir is like, his whole body is a tree, like he is the tree.
Yeah.
And it's very much like in in Greek mythology, like the myth of Prometheus. Like he is like Odin comes through every day to torture Mimir every day. And
Yes.
I think the most chilling line in one of the most chilling lines in the game is when he says, "Every day Odin comes here to torture me again, and every day there is no end to his creativity." And I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Damn.
And he basically just tells Balder and Magni and Modi to fucking shove it.
Yeah.
He's just like, you couldn't even dream of what I've been through. There is literally nothing you can do to me that would make me talk.
You can't hurt me in any way that matters.
Yeah, exact. That's a perfect way to put it. And he can't be killed.
Can't be. Because,
Exactly.
Because part of his punishment is being immortal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like this. He's like, what are you gonna fucking do? Like, what are you gonna do to me that hasn't been done to me?
It's tough to sweat Balder when you're used to dealing with Odin, I suppose.
Yeah.
After they leave, Kratos and Atreus confront Mimir, who reveal that the highest peak in the realms is in Jotunheim, the realm of the giants. However, the giants have blocked travel to the realm in order to keep out Odin and Thor, who is pretty much like part of his job description is murder giants.
Yeah, it is. So, and we start to kind of have like this hashtag not all giants moment, like, you know what I mean? Like, where we realize that
Hashtag not all giants.
Oh,
I love it.
we find out that a majority of them were just fucking chilling. And they were just vilified by the Greek gods, the Norse gods. And it's terrible because you start to see that, like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Odin's going on a warpath.
Yeah.
And he's going on a warpath for no reason. Like, Tyr was there. Tyr was his only threat to power.
Sure.
And Tyr was his only threat to power because he had the knowledge of all the other mythos in the world, and all he wanted was peace.
Tyr is also the god I was about to mention. Great that you mentioned peace. Tyr's the god of justice.
Yeah.
He's very, very much like a lawful good type thing. There's a great myth about him putting something they had to do with the wolf that's supposed to eat the world. My God, I can't remember his name for whatever reason. Fenrir.
Yeah.
And so he's like, oh, something. In order for me to trust you, you have to put your hand in my mouth. And so he does it, and he ends up losing a hand as a result. So Tyr's a great dude. He's just chilling.
And even Mimir is just like, Tyr was one of the greatest beings that has ever lived. Just, There was no end to his compassion. And it was just...
I hope we see Tyr in the next game.
I really hope we do too. At least even in flashbacks, because I think he's supposed to be dead. I think that's the whole thing.
I think that they were like maybe like prefacing the fact that he was dead through the whole game, so that like right at the end of the last game he'll drop.
Yeah. So Odin kind of feels like this whole game kind of feels like Odin and his brood are just clinging on to power as desperately as possible.
True.
That's what this whole game feels like.
Knowing of another passage, Mimir instructs Kratos to behead him and then have his head revived by the Witch of the Woods, whom, upon resurrection, he reveals to be Freya, which we knew in this recap, but at this point in the game, you have no idea who the Witch of the Woods is.
Yes.
You know that she is hot, though.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah. Did I enjoy that character design? And it's not like scantily or anything. She's just got the like braids and the makeup and the tattoos.
Very Aloy looking woman, you know. Just
let me just put a moment of silence out there for the character design on Freya. Good shit.
Absolutely.
Kratos' long-standing hatred of the gods causes him to immediately distrust her. However, both Freya and Mimir warn him that he must tell Atreus about his true nature.
Yeah.
So now we enter into another big part of this game, is that
Kratos has felled gods. He has felled armies. He has become God, but he has never felled fatherhood. Tonight on ABC.
This summer. God of War. Dad of Boy on CBS. Oh my God, Father of Boy. That sounds like a
right after Family Guy.
Exactly, literally exactly. So Kratos hates the gods. Shocking, really, just a shock there.
Absolutely.
God, can't tell you how fucking I'm bowled over. I have to sit down. I am
Can't
sitting
even.
down. So Kratos is like, young Metro, don't trust immediately. As soon as Freya's like, oh, you're a god? All right, well, fuck you. Yeah. Don't care that you saved my son. Don't care that you live underneath a weird turtle tree. I'm out of here.
Yeah, he's literally just like, you know what? Now all this shit makes sense. We outie.
Thank you for reviving my friend's cranium, and good day to you, madam.
Exactly.
But yeah, Freya and Mimir are not the best of friends, but they know each other, and but the one thing they do agree on is that Kratos is actively lying to his son about being a demigod.
Yep.
So probably gotta breach that conversation.
Yep.
At one point, in search of components to open Jotunheim's portal, Kratos, Atreus, and Mimir are attacked by Magni and Modi. Once again, for the audience, if they weren't listening, Thor's kids, Baldur's nephews. After Kratos kills Magni, so you do kill Magni as a result. I loved this.
Oh,
boss
by the way,
fight.
Magni in North mythology, Jesus,
It is technically Norse.
That's what I made that joke earlier. You said
did
the
you?
same thing, and I'm like, well, both are correct. But like, in Norse mythology, Magni is supposed to be the epitome of strength.
Right.
Like this boy's attack stat is infinite. Like it's just. Yet he's just built like a brick shit house and is just supposed to be this obelisk of power.
Mm-hmm.
And you just kill him.
Yeah.
You just outright kill him with his own weapon.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Give me that, please. Oh, God, it was so good. Such a good fight. Fuck Modi.
Fuck Modi.
Fuck Modi.
He was supposed to be like the brains of the two. Like, he's supposed to have the sense.
But he's very cowardly. Very, very cowardly.
In that fight, they would team up with each other, and like one of them would hit the other's shield, and it would turn the fighting field black. And then you would go back to back with Atreus and start spinning around trying to find the two of them. It was thrilling. It was scary. It was cool. Love that boss fight. After Kratos kills Magni, Modi flees, but then later ambushes the trio. Kratos fends him off, but Atreus collapses, suddenly ill, due to his mind having a contradiction of a god believing himself to be mortal.
Yeah.
So Atreus literally has the biggest identity crisis on Earth to the point where he is like immobilized. Like, It's pretty nuts. And the whole time, Kratos has been like trying to bring up Atreus as a warrior and like trying to teach him the ways of being a man and like, you know, how to be honorable and shit.
I guess just trying to prepare him for his eventual godhood, because he's like, I know I can't stop this forever, so let me just raise him as a mortal. Let me raise him as a good, strong-hearted boy, you know, just as a really nice, kind, compassionate boy.
Right.
Before he finds this out, so he doesn't lose that.
Yeah. I mean, and we'll talk about it in a little bit, but, you know, godhood can swell an ego every now and again. So Atreus, or the boy of this series, because every single time he is addressed by his father, he is not addressed by his name unless he's in trouble. There are a few instances throughout the game where Atreus is in trouble and Kratos calls out to him like almost like, "Oh my God, my son!" Like Atreus, like by name.
It's like how my grandma used to call me. Every time she called my name, I knew I was in trouble. So it's just
right. Exactly. Not in the same kind of trouble. Freya offers to help Atreus and instructs Kratos to revive the heart of a specific troll in Helheim. However, his frost-based Leviathan axe is useless in the icy realm.
Yeah.
Kratos gets into a boat and returns home in that boat. As he returns home, which is one of, if not the most beautiful sequences of this game, I will eat my shoe. Athena is in the boat with him, talking shit, appearing to him as a like vision. And oh my God, my phone locked again. He returns home to unearth his old weapons, the fiery blades of chaos.
Oh my God! Oh my God! When the music kicked in, I was playing on a TV like that size.
Yeah.
I gripped the sides of the TV and I was like, "Let's go!"
haunted by the voice of Athena and Athena's spirit. And you love a line in this scene, and we'll do it back and forth here. I will play the role of Athena, and you will play the role of Kratos, who is unearthing his blades of chaos and is rewrapping the chains around his wrist. Athena says to him, "You'll never be anything more than a monster."
I don't remember the line.
Really?
Yeah.
You dropped it in a previous podcast. I knew this.
I did?
Yes. And Kratos doesn't even look at the spirit of Athena, just like tugs the chain into place, and he goes, "But I am your monster no longer."
Oh, yes! Yes!
Fuck
yes,
me, dude. If that didn't press the gas pedal in my brain, nothing ever will.
Yeah, oh my God. And then when you get that tutorial where you, like, use the blades of chaos, I'm like, yes, please!
Let's fucking go.
Oh my God. Like, I'm out in the front yard, like, Baldur better not fucking step to me right now.
Baldur better keep a 40-foot distance.
He's not ready for this absolute rage. I am so... Oh, God. It was so hard to pick between which ones I wanted to use.
Right, but I was just about to mention that at this point in the game, you can now switch between the Leviathan Axe and the Blades of Chaos. You've been getting upgrades for the Leviathan Axe and like special attacks for it the whole time, but now that you have the Blades of Chaos, it gets its own tree.
Yeah.
It gets its own upgrade. It gets its own combos, and you can switch between them at any time, which I think was absolutely genius of them to do.
I remember when I got the Blades of Chaos and I was done with the tutorial level, the first thought I had was, can't wait to show this shit to Brock.
Hey, you want to see how we do things in the Augean, my boy?
Yeah. Oh,
shing, shing,
God. So cool, man.
Love it. So now we got the Blades of Chaos. After retrieving the heart from Helheim, he has a haunting vision of Zeus, and Mimir pieces together Kratos' bloody past. At this point, Kratos and Mimir are traveling alone without Atreus because he's all sick. And Mimir finally connects the dots because he knows so much and he's so knowledgeable. He's like, I can't believe. By the way, why the fuck was he Scottish? Was there any reason for him to be Scottish? Could we not hire a Scandinavian actor with an accent, please?
I
No
think,
disrespect to Miss Mimir's voice, but why?
I know, but like I feel like he was also the comic relief character. You know, where if he had like a Scandinavian accent, I don't know if it would have like hit as hard. You know?
Apologies, Scotland.
Yeah.
You are walking jokes of human beings. Anyone who's been on Scottish Twitter would know.
Yeah, but like it's fun. You know, it is definitely fun.
But he says, I can't believe I was on the hip of the bloody ghost of Sparta. And like he's so excited because like Kratos is like this giant figure who like wiped out a pantheon of gods with his own hands.
Yeah.
And what does Kratos say? He raises his voice to Mimir the whole time. He calls him head.
Yeah.
So Atreus is boy and Mimir is head. This is quiet head. But like as soon as he says Ghost of Sparta, he's like, do not call me that. Like he like screams at him.
Yeah.
He's like, oh okay. Sorry. I was like, damn. Sorry, it was just a big realization. Like, so he doesn't like his former self. He doesn't like his former reputation. You know, I'm clicking my mind back to like the interactive sex scene in God of War 3. Like, there's a past to be ashamed of.
Yeah.
Like, it's fair. It's there. Like, you know, I get it. Pieces together Brados' bloody past. Freya.
You also said Brados.
Bratos.
What the fuck?
Kratos is joining a gang now, apparently.
I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Because it was just Freya revives Atreus, so it was right there. Freya.
Fratreus.
Which Fratreus are you pledging this semester? Freya revives Atreus.
Phi Theta Boy.
Love it. Didn't think anything would come of that bit. Freya revives Atreus, and Kratos tells him that they are gods. Yeah, so he's like, I get it. I fucked up. Thank you for telling me how to parent, because clearly I don't fucking know how to do it.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, this is the thing. I'm a god. You're a god. You know? And he's like, I don't remember the exact context, but Atreus, we'll come to realize Atreus kind of is, I guess, wrestling with his new identity because he thought he was a mortal man this whole time,
Yeah.
mortal child.
Also, keep in mind, the kid's like 12.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
he's way young.
Imagine if you were a 12-year-old and your dad just came out and be like, yeah, by the way, I murdered all of the gods in my homeland. You're a god, too. Like, that would fuck me up.
Honestly, I'd be like, you know what, Dad? I get it. You know, this is explaining a whole lot about why I received no emotional support this entire time.
It would explain a lot, but at the same time, he's spent this whole time going, I hate all gods, fuck all the gods. You know, every single god, fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes, well, I'm actually one of them, and so are you.
Yeah.
So not only do you, a 12-year-old boy, find out that you're a god, but you've also just spent the entire journey with your dad trash talking all gods.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to have that identity crisis at the same time.
Hypocrisy of the highest order.
But like then you start wrestling with does he hate me because I'm one of them?
Right.
You know?
And then he starts to talk about like his mom. Is like, did you hate mom? He's like, no, like that's not how this works. And like he has a line, I don't know if it's now or later, but Atreus asks, is like, are we better than humans? And he goes, or like, but we're just like humans in some ways. And I'm like, and Kratos says something to the effect of, no, we are gods. Therefore, we have to be better. And I'm like, damn, okay.
Yeah.
Way to actually parent, Kratos.
Yeah.
Good for you.
It's crazy. And like even Atreus starts to get this kind of an ego about him later in the game.
It's about to happen right now.
Yeah. And Kratos does a really good job of like
reining him in.
Yeah, like crazy.
For sure. Atreus becomes increasingly arrogant after learning he is a god.
I mean, you told a 12-year-old
he's a god. Yeah, I think like I get Freya and Mimir's point. Like the kid had like identity crisis sickness for like 30 hours. Like it's like you had to tell him, but like he's also a 12-year-old. Like I get Kratos. Like,
and I feel like, you know, he's let it go this long where this was inevitable.
Yeah.
And Mimir and Freya both knew that. Like fucking it's gonna happen, Kratos. The longer you let it wait, the worse it's going to be. The older he gets, like if he imagine he found this out as an adult, like and
Yikes.
never learned how to properly rein that in.
Oh boy.
Especially considering which god we find him out to be. Yeah. Anyway.
Right. So, Atreus becomes increasingly arrogant and, against Kratos' orders, murders a weakened Modi. So,
Yes, he does.
who was beaten by his father Thor for leaving Magni to die. Atreus shanks a god at 12.
Deserved.
At 12.
Deserved.
I get it. But like, you have to think, like, you just learned you're a god. You're on a bit of a bit of a high already.
Power kick, yeah.
And then you murder a god.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what Kratos was trying to get Atreus to not do. Because that was his entire past, and he's trying to have Atreus do better as a result.
Yeah, he wants Atreus to be better than him.
Yep. At Midgard's peak, Kratos and Atreus are ambushed by Baldur once again. Second time.
Absolutely.
Resulting in Jotunheim's portal being destroyed and the group falling into Helheim. We were about to do it. They were about to do it. They were about to get into Jotunheim and do the thing, scatter Mom's ashes.
Credits roll. That would.
I don't know how he kept the ashes. A, on his person. A, on his person. B, still in ash form. C, still in a bag this entire time.
The man's got skills.
Just
the
saying.
man's got skills.
No fucking idea.
To kill a pantheon of gods, you have to have some sort of dexterity. You know what I mean? I imagine you can hold a bag over a long distance.
Right. So they... Shut up. You know what I was talking about. So they fall into Helheim. Rough place to be. Atreus makes amends with Kratos.
Extremely rough place to be, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, it's just an infinite tundra where no heat can exist.
It's like hell.
Yeah, it's frozen hell. It's literally what you would think of hell frozen over.
Right.
But like, and the crazy thing about Helheim is that not all bad people are down there. You know, it's pretty much the only people that are down there, or the only people not down there, are people that died in battle. They go to Valhalla, and everybody else goes to Helheim, which is crazy.
Yep.
So the sick and the poor, people who just fucking die by horse accident,
Sure.
you know? Like, I don't fucking know. I'm just imagining someone getting bowled over by a horse. Like,
Yeah.
you know, just...
Imagine you probably have a bigger risk of being bowled over by a horse in ancient
Of
Scandinavia,
course,
probably.
absolutely.
Right.
You know, they just wind up in Helheim, which is sad.
It is.
It's very sad.
100%. So, Atreus makes amends with Kratos, and they learn of Freya and Baldur's familial relationship, as well as the immortality spell that she cast on him. So, Freya is Baldur's mother. Returning to Midgard, Mimir realizes there is another way to reach Jotunheim. However, he needs his missing eye.
Yeah. Have we been to Alfheim yet?
Yeah,
We have been to
That's where we
Alfheim.
got the light to get through the mist.
Did we fight the Alfar and the Dokelfheimer?
Yeah. The light and the dark elves. Yeah,
Yeah.
you do that as a result of getting to the light in Jotunheim, in
Yeah.
Alfheim, and the dark elves are attacking the light elves and like
Yeah.
murdering
It's
them.
really funny because I remember playing through this, and I this is no secret. I play a game called Fire Emblem Heroes, and they have this whole like Alfheim thing in there as well. Like, they do a lot of shit with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of Norse stuff.
Yeah, but they're all like anime waifus. So
Yeah.
it's just like, you know, and it's really funny, like coming off of that, I'm like, oh, I remember this being mentioned in that game. That's kind of cool.
Right.
And then you see them up close, and they're just these hideous fucking moth people.
Bug-like, yeah.
It's like that scene from SpongeBob with the butterfly. It's just
When it gets like super detailed, yeah.
it was just that.
Yeah.
Oh god,
It was pretty
so
rough.
funny.
It was pretty rough, yeah. Ooh. After obtaining his missing eye from Jormungandr's belly,
Yep.
who had inadvertently eaten it along with a statue of Thor. Hilarious. Don't know
Yeah.
why those two were in the same mill. They are inadvertently attacked. They are attacked again by Baldur, but Freya intervenes During the fight, Baldur is pierced by Atreus' mistletoe arrow, breaking
Yeah.
Freya's spell.
Mm-hmm.
Baldur is finally defeated, and despite being given an opportunity to retreat, he instead attempts to strangle Freya, forcing Kratos to kill him.
So this whole sequence in Helheim, while you're kind of fending off Baldur, and you learn just what a broken man he actually is, you know, and imagine you're an immortal being that can feel nothing.
Yeah.
Like no
Yikes.
pain, no pain, no nothing, but also no pleasure,
Right.
no hunger, no like
Fear.
nothing. Well, fear, I mean, it's an emotion,
Sure.
but like he can feel emotions, but he can't feel any physical stimuli.
Sensations.
His
Yeah.
entire sense of sensation is gone. That's insane to picture. Like
On a god?
on a god.
At least certain things can like be uncomfortable for God. Imagine just being able to throw the hands and not care.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Like you could just be ragdolled forever and nothing can kill you.
Yeah.
Like nothing can even stop your momentum, which is crazy. But at the same time, what's the fucking point?
Right.
If you can't indulge in life's pleasures.
Absolutely.
That's what drove him fucking crazy. He's like, I just fight so I can maybe feel something.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I think Freya means well,
Yeah.
but the execution was not.
the spell
Great.
was hastily cast.
Right. So
Um,
the reason that mistletoe affects him is that when Freya was going around doing all those things, blessing all of the plants and animals and weapons and things that could hurt Baldur, Loki, being the god of mischief and being a piece of shit, hides all of the mistletoe in the world from her,
yeah.
which is just such a dick move.
He is just such a divine chode, and I love him.
Unbelievable. So
he just does it for the sake of chaos,
Right.
and it's hilarious.
So Baldur does not have any love lost for his mother, and
No.
so that's why he tries to kill her.
But the sad part is, like, she's fighting Kratos this whole time.
She's
too.
hopelessly
Like,
devoted to her son. Yeah.
hopelessly.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part.
Yeah.
And she knows he's doing wrong, but she just refuses to rein him in, and just like she just can't, and she can't bring herself to do anything about it.
Yeah. And so this is, even though her life was saved, this is kind of where things go from here.
Mm-hmm.
A grieving Freya swears revenge on Kratos. Sick job. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah.
Revenge on Kratos, and taunts him about still hiding his true nature. So this is a distinction that we have to make. Atreus knows he's a god. He knows that Kratos is a god. He does still not know about Kratos' former life.
Yeah. He doesn't know just what kind of god he was.
Right.
So,
Kratos finally tells Atreus about his own past and how he killed his fellow Greek god, including his father Zeus. Atreus is disappointed, lamenting the cycle of violence, and Kratos tells him that they should learn from their experiences and not repeat the same mistakes of their predecessors.
you know what I just realized?
Yeah,
Kratos is basically like the Greek Thor.
I suppose. I mean, like in this universe where he exists, because
Yeah.
Kratos is not in Greek mythology, so
No.
far as I know.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying in this universe.
Yeah.
He's like, because he's the son of Zeus, and you know he just fells all these titanous beings, no pun intended, like just these unbelievable titanic beings, and is just seemingly invincible and seemingly way more powerful than his father. Like
Right.
Odin's got sauce, but Thor's got sauce.
Thor is all attack stat. Yeah,
Yeah, Thor's like Magni and Modi put together.
I mean,
Like,
he's their father.
yeah, but like imagine the brains of Modi and the body of Magni.
Think
Like,
about Goku. Think about the brains of Gohan and the body of Goten.
yeah.
Anyhow, so this is the scene that I'm talking about, where he's like, "We have to be better. We have to not.
Yeah.
You can't be me. Like you
Yeah.
cannot be me."
The cycle ends with me.
Yeah.
I'm begging you.
Yeah,
You know?
100%. A silent Freya leaves with Baldur's corpse, and Mimir hopefully suggests that she will eventually move on and realize that Kratos did the right thing by her son. In Jotunheim, they find a temple with a mural depicting their adventures, showing that the giants had vaguely foretold the future, which was fucking insane.
Yeah.
Tyr's Temple? Tyr's Temple. Such a cool level.
And when you see the fucking God of War symbols on the wall, the symbols of Kratos on the wall. Oh my god.
Yeah, boy.
So cool.
In addition, they discover that Faye was a giant.
Yes, they do.
His wife, Kratos' wife, Faye, was a giant. Look, Kratos, you have a community out there. Like, many people support you.
Yeah.
All right? There are many guys just like you who just love a giant woman. You know, like, it's all good. It's all
Kratos needs that. Are you kidding me?
Kratos is definitely a vor enthusiast. He's trying to get... He's very into giantism, I would say.
Kratos needs a woman who can kick his ass.
Yeah.
That's what he needs.
For sure.
How do you think, like, a personality change from God of War 3 doesn't come that easily? You know what I mean? Like, you don't just change a God of War like that. Without kicking his ass more than a few times.
Sure. 100%. So Faye's real name is Laufey. Okay, so we got to know that. So that's where the Fae comes from. And Laufey was a giant who decided to stay behind in Midgard, meaning that Atreus is, let's go through the thing here, 1/2 giant, 1/4 god, and 1/4 mortal.
Yeah.
Because Kratos is half god, half mortal.
Yes.
As well. And full giant on his mother's side.
And the giants weren't necessarily giants.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is something we have to make clear. I'm making the vor joke. That's fine. I get it. But like, this is, he's right. Like, they weren't giants. They were big people, but they were not giants.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think Kratos has ever been with a woman shorter than him. I think he just wanted some strange. I think he wanted a new experience.
I think Laufey was actually supposed to be the most human-sized giant in mythology.
Sick.
So
after the fight with Balder is shown, revealing that he was after Faye the whole time, but was unaware that she was deceased.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy too. I forgot about that too.
Yeah.
He was after Faye the whole time, and he just got his ass kicked multiple times.
Good.
It is also revealed that Atreus was named Loki by his mother, making him Loki Laufey's son.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Crazy. Kratos and Atreus then fulfill their promise and spread the ashes at the peak of the highest peak in the realms. Unfortunately, overlooking a valley of giant corpses.
Yeah.
From their destruction by Odin and Thor. It's difficult. It's difficult to conceive of, and it's difficult to watch, but it's also the moment that the game's been building to the entire time.
Yeah.
So it's tough to not enjoy it. Like, okay, the giants are wiped out. All right, that's like not shocking information at this point. Like, but there's like hands and bodies and feet and these giant beings, actual giants, like really, really big people,
like mountainous hands.
100%.
And you just think about that. Thor was powerful enough to fell all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Could you fucking imagine?
We have to wait till 2022 to imagine.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Afterward, Kratos reveals to Atreus that his given name, Atreus, was that of a compassionate Spartan comrade.
Yeah.
I think that's really nice. I think that's really sweet. I think that's something that we wouldn't have expected from Kratos.
A general that cared for his people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Whew. Returning to Midgard, Mimir warns them that the 3-year-long Fimbulwinter has begun, meaning that Ragnarok is soon to follow, which is not supposed to occur for another 100 years. So Fimbulwinter is like a very, very harsh winter that signals the approach of Ragnarok.
Yes.
So Brock and Sindri eventually, or like, there's a scene where it's like, you feel how cold it is out there, Sindri? It's Fimbulwinter out there. I can feel it in my scrotum. And I'm like, All right.
I love him.
Yeah, so Fimbulwinter, signaling Ragnarok. In the game's secret ending. Secret ending? You
I
just have to
know.
watch the
I
fucking
know.
credits.
I know.
In the game's secret ending, Atreus, Kratos, and Mimir return home to slumber after their long journey. Atreus, however, has a vision that Thor will arrive at the end of Fimbulwinter to confront them for the deaths of his sons. And that is the end of God of War 2018.
And not only that, but we actually see that vision.
Yeah.
And Kratos, there's a huge, horrible lightning snowstorm outside.
Mm-hmm.
One of the coolest ways to set up an approaching doom, by the way, is a lightning snowstorm.
Fuck yeah.
So cool.
When do you see those two together?
Absolutely. So we just see this hooded figure outside, and Kratos opens the door. We have an over-the-shoulder shot of the hooded figure, and Kratos opens the door, and he goes, "Who are you?" And then nothing happened. No words, no nothing. All of a sudden, an arm comes out of the hood or out of the cloak, and it's fucking Thor's hammer.
Right, he kind of throws the cloak backwards to
Yeah.
reveal Mjolnir, the hammer.
Oh God! I
That-
was like,
that-
oh my lord!
That section was in the God of War Ragnarok trailer, and we didn't see anything else of it, but we did see the new Thor design that's going to be in the new game. So that leads me to believe that, quite like the burning pyre scene in the beginning, that scene of Fimbulwinter and of the Vision is going to be the first scene of God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah, I think so.
And that's why they haven't showed us anything else. That's why they haven't showed us any Thor content, because I think Thor is going to be the Baldur of God of War Ragnarok.
I think so too. Yeah. Oh my God! I'm so excited. I'm so fucking hyped, dude.
Right.
You know what I really think? Like, now that we're done with this, done with this game specifically, I think that we should dust off the streaming channel,
Yeah.
and we should stream this game.
We absolutely
I-
should do that.
I would adore that. That would be so good, dude. Oh, fuck. I want that so bad. And now, you know what I was also thinking this whole time?
Tell me.
How amazing it would be once we're done with Norse mythology. You know what I would, assuming Kratos fucking lives through this.
Let's go, yeah.
According to the prophecy, I don't think that's the case.
No.
So I think they might cap it off after this. But you know where I would love to see this franchise go?
Sure.
With Atreus is the main character, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
And then go to Egyptian mythology.
That would be cool. That
I
would
would-
definitely be cool.
Oh, God.
I would
I'd
fuck
adore
with
that.
I would fuck with that. I would fuck with that. I personally have a more, I'm surprised to fucking prize as a history teacher. I have a more niche choice that I think would be fucking fire.
Can I guess?
Sure.
Indian mythology.
Hindu mythology.
Yes!
100%.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about? That has so many potentials for god interactions, for boss fights. I would want to fight like Rama and Vishnu
I was gonna
and like
say. Can you imagine a Rama boss fight?
yeah, imagine trying to dodge all of those arrows. Fuck yeah, that's so cool.
Shiva? Oh my God.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'd like to, maybe have Ganesh as like a little homeboy,
Yeah.
like an NPC that helps you. I'd love that. But yeah, I think that this series has its potential to explore other pantheons and to do
There's
other
so
things.
many other cool pantheons too, like even Japanese folklore.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh fuck, dude.
Hell
Can you
yeah.
imagine going and fighting yokai in
Yeah.
a game like this?
Not even that, like fighting the Japanese mythological gods, like
Yeah.
like Raijin and like all of them, and I forget the
A
other one.
Tsukuyomi boss fight? Please,
Yo,
come on.
bro.
Come on.
I have like a little Inari,
Yeah.
like companion. Yeah, no, 100%. You can go anywhere you want with it, and I'm glad that this game didn't just do the Norse mythology thing and then was like, all right, now we're going over here, bye.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that it's getting like at least this next game of its Norse roots and like its like new setting before we change. But I think that this game has a lot more to offer than what we put on the page. There's a lot of collectibles, there's a lot of exploration opportunity, and one of my personal favorite parts of this game was freeing the Valkyries. So there are a bunch of like Valkyries that are throughout the world. You have to fight them, and if you fight them, you basically free their souls, and they get to return to the Council of the Valkyries, and you get to go back and you get to click on their chair, and Mimir gives you a little rundown of who they are.
Yeah.
And like every time it's seen as this good thing. Like obviously you're fighting them, throwing your axe at them and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. You could use Atreus in battle. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, that's Atreus combat was a big part of this game.
Yeah, not only that, but I remember stumbling upon the first Valkyrie, and I was like, I just remember how fucking terrifying they look.
Yeah.
The Valkyries were...
Scary.
Yeah, they were scary as shit. And they're supposed to be scary in mythology, too.
Sure.
They were like, this is some be not afraid ass bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
This is...
Sir, I haven't been more scared in my life.
This is the most terrifying thing that's ever happened to me. Like, so it was just, they are like harbingers of death. The first one has a scythe.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my
God. The Valkyrie boss fights were some of their best work. I really believe
yeah.
that. I really do believe that.
Cannot even begin to explain the relief I felt when I found out they're optional.
Yeah, no, they are. They are. No, they are.
I was like, oh, please tell me I don't have to do this for the story. I'm begging you, please.
Nah, you get some pretty cool armor for doing it, though.
Oh, yeah, you
And
do.
there's also, we mentioned it briefly, there's Niflheim, which is like, it's like timed. You have like poison, and you have to like not be in there a while, but the longer you're in there, the better the rewards are.
Yeah.
The Muspelheim trials were a lot of fun.
Yep.
Those had like little conditions you had to fight. Like all of your hits had to be in the same combo, or you couldn't dodge, or you couldn't use your shield. And eventually you fight the fire giant. I forgot his name, but it's pretty sick. I used to like those levels a lot, and there's progression, there's great characters, and it is long. It's definitely an experience. You're gonna sit there a while. But man, if this is even remotely interesting to you, get the disc, buy the game, play it.
It's so good.
It won awards. This was one of the award-winning media that we turned down to talk about Rosario Vampire a couple of weeks ago.
This episode was put on the back burner for Rosario Vampire.
Yeah.
I can't, I was listening to that episode earlier today, and
Same.
I was like, God, I can't believe this game and Gears of War 3 we turned down for that fucking episode.
Titty
man.
fest, yeah.
Can you imagine? I'm glad we got that out of the way, though, so we could really just talk about this.
Yeah, I think we got to chew on it. I would ask you the question is, why do you believe someone should play this game?
I believe
even if they haven't
this
played
game
God of War before. Sorry, yeah.
because it's just such a rich history. You don't even need to really play the other Gods of War to get this game. You don't really need to know. You get enough of Kratos' backstory where it makes you want to play the other ones, because you're like, how the fuck did that happen?
Right.
So you just want to find out, but you know enough at the start of the game to kind of finish this and have it be its own self-contained story. And the story is so beautifully told. I'm not even going to fucking talk about the graphics. The graphics were unreal.
Yeah.
They were so beautiful.
You see every hair in Kratos' beard. It's obscene.
It's gorgeous. My PS4 sounded like a 747, but it's totally fine. I'm like, it was so pretty to look at, and just the imagery. They put so much effort into the landscapes of this. They did their fucking research.
Yep, I agree.
Oh my God, that's what I love. I adore Norse mythology, and every tiny little detail in there, I'm just like, oh, I love this. It's just so
right.
It's so good.
You could traverse the world by land or by water.
Yeah,
I remember the rowboat mechanic.
Yep.
The longer you rode in the boat, the more stories you got from Mimir.
Yep.
So I used to just go in a circle around the Lake of Nine until I got all the little dialogues.
Yeah.
And it just makes you feel like you're on an adventure.
Yeah.
And I feel like if there's anything a video game should do, it's make you feel like you're part of a different world and make you feel like you're part of events that are bigger than yourself.
Yeah. And it also it really just kind of brings the gods down to earth, where it's like, yeah, you know what? These beings created the world that we live in, but here we are. The biggest struggle that they're facing is their own emotions and their own paranoia and these unbelievably human struggles. You know, that's the cool part of it.
Right.
Where you're just like, wow, you're gods. Why do you care?
Right.
You know? So it's just, it's the humanization of divinity and like an unbelievably dense and beautiful story.
Yeah.
You know, where Kratos learns to be a dad.
Yeah.
Like, and he ends up by the end of it being a pretty fucking good dad.
I would give Kratos a B+ by the end of the end of the game. Yeah.
Not perfect, but like, look what he's fucking done.
It's a full grade.
Yeah.
It's a full grade, improvement, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah. And now he's got to kind of, like he did in all of the other games, like once in God of War 1, the original one, in the original God of War, you killed Ares and became the God of War. But that wasn't the end of the story. In all of the other games, you had to deal with the fallout of doing that.
Yeah.
And Kratos was in so deep that he just started killing up the ladder.
Yeah.
So I think that I don't think Kratos did much like murdering in this game. Like he killed Magni and then Atreus killed Modi technically. And then they like sort of together killed Baldur. But there is way less like god bloodshed in this particular
because you can see Kratos being like, I was like a fucking feral raccoon in the first 3 games. Like I need to stop, you know?
Yeah.
And you can see him actively trying to be better, trying to be a better version of himself, and literally just trying to set Atreus on a better path than he was so that he can fade out and just be part of legend.
Right.
And that's it.
Right.
That's all he wants, is just to make sure that Atreus doesn't follow down his path and follows down his own.
I think that's a good father, plan. You
Yeah.
know, don't make my same mistakes, but also I want to make the world a better place for you.
Exactly.
And I want you don't want to have to go through what I've gone through.
You know what I would really love now that I just thought about it? What if Atreus takes the role of Tyr?
Fun.
Right?
Fun.
Yeah, I can see that being built up.
I'd imagine that the next game, if it doesn't directly include like the Loki that we know, is probably going to be Atreus's journey into becoming the Loki of this mythology.
Yeah.
Don't know. I have to wait until 2022 to find out, but goddamn am I excited to find out.
Yes, I'm so hyped. I'm so fucking hyped, dude.
I think the quality that we got in the previous game only is going to either hopefully remain the same or become even greater when God of War Ragnarok comes out.
Yeah, it's just I'm so excited. I can't wait. I really can't wait. I gotta go play it again. I gotta play this game again.
We should play it, and then we should make an episode about it.
We should stream the fuck out of it.
We should stream it, and so now you know. Now you ostensibly don't have to play a 30+ hour video game if you don't want to.
But you should.
But you definitely should.
Definitely should.
Yeah. I mean, the special attacks were so much fun. The axe attacks, the chain or Blades of Chaos special attacks.
I judge a game based on how satisfied I am that I paid for it. You know, I judge the game the same way I judge movies.
Sure.
I feel like I didn't pay enough for this game.
Fair.
You know?
Fair.
Like,
Fair.
I really do feel like I didn't pay enough.
Yeah.
So,
well, we paid $60. I would have paid $75, $80. Easy.
Yeah, easily.
If I knew the experience I was going to have ahead of time.
Yeah.
Easily.
So, man, dude, I can't wait. I can't wait for Ragnarok. So let's that's probably not a good sentence.
No. Not that one. Not that one. That one can stay. That's fine.
Don't take that out of context.
Yo, Odin.
Chill on that, man.
That's not what we're talking about, buddy. That is
Chill
not what we're about, bro.
Oh, man, thank you so much for taking the time to listen, taking this journey with us. And, you know, I just imagine we do this podcast in a rowboat. You know,
yeah, nice.
Like, I
awesome.
think that'd be fun.
I think when I die, you should put my head under your belt forever.
Absolutely.
Okay. Do you want to end it on the same word on the count of 3?
What?
You know damn well which word it is. Ready?
All right, ready?
3, 2, 1.
Boy. Yeah, buddy. Oh God, I love this.
Thank you so much for listening. This was the Tryforce podcast.
Absolutely, boy. Go play the game. Boy. Fallout boy.